Inspired by one of the greatest Reebok commercials and sneaker commercials of all time, Reebok just came out with a brand new colorway of one of the most exciting releases in the last couple of years. Of course, we're talking about the Reebok Above the Rim Pump Vertical. Hey guys, welcome back to our Kicks Resistance channel. Today we're looking at the brand new colorway of the Reebok Above the Rim Pump Vertical. And before I move to the shoe, you guys already saw the box. You're gonna see it on the details. Reebok did a great job bringing a brand new box for the Above the Rim line. I wish this box was like that back in the day. Obviously, there wasn't these kind of boxes. They were just Reebok blue boxes with the vector or with the British flag. But this is a new thing and I absolutely appreciate it because it looks like awesome work has been done here and somebody really designed this box and brought the logo and everything else on the box. Now, moving into the shoe, again, brand new colorway, and this combines the colors of the very first shoe that is part of the Reebok Above the Rim line. None of you probably know, but the very first shoe or the very first series of shoes that came out with the Above the Rim, again, was created by the E. Scott Morris, and it was the very first signature shoe for D Brown, which is the D-Time. Well, I have one of those right here, right behind me, so I'm going to bring it into this shot and show you why the similarities and why the things I'm saying and why are they inspired by this specific shoe. And honestly, I wish they brought this one because this is the shoe that is featured in the commercials with all the players and the amazing message at the end, you got the love. Well, yeah. Now, what is the similarities here? Of course, you're gonna see them on the details. We got this kind of a checkerboard detailed around that they brought on the vertical as well. This is prominent on the D-Time. It was one of the greatest kind of details on this shoe. And this is actually my sample. I have a retail release pair as well, but this is the sample. And what is great about this one is slightly different than what was released and obviously a lot different than the original pair. Actually, that was my very first basketball shoe that I bought from a friend of mine, secondhand, because I could not afford it brand new. So I grabbed me this one when he was ready to sell it. One of the best features is in the bottom we have D Brown, his signature no look dunk from 1991. And yeah, this is great. Of course, the big thing over here is the gum outsole, and I'm a sucker for gum outsole. And that exact same thing they did with the vertical, mimicking the gum and the blue as well from these elements here. We have the same orange pump. We have the sort of a purple elements, which they were not existing in this shoe. It was more blue. Maybe the black one. No, the black one didn't have purple, but they brought it here. We have some teal, which I think some of the other colorways had. The gray vector logo on the side. This is what was featured on the black pair. I'm gonna put that D-Time behind me again. And one of the most other surprising things here is they brought back the hexalite tag. Now, I haven't seen one of those in a very long time, and oddly enough, I'm not sure why they're bringing this tag back because this specific model doesn't feature the new hexalite, and the new hexalite is what I'm referring to is the one we saw in the preseason models. Vastly different than what is here. The one on the preseason models feels like the original one, super soft and responsive with thin walls of the hexagonal cells. This one is the run-of-the-mill old style, kind of a hard rubber one. What saves this shoe with the comfort though is the super soft midsole, just like all the other releases of the vertical. The midsole is extremely soft, and this is a nice EVA kind of polylite compound that is never gonna crack. It's never gonna crumble. You can wear these many years. Obviously the upper is going to be a problem, but we'll talk about that in a second. We have real stitching on the toe box, and this is one of my favorite elements here. I've mentioned that many times before. E. Scott Morris created this little dip from the toe box to how progressively the midsole is expanding from the forefoot to the heel. Kind of reminds me of a speedboat, always have reminded me. We have stitched in above the rim in the back. The obligatory medial side ventilation, which again is represented in all the series of the vertical from 1 to 5. And the sad part here is none of the upper is genuine material. All you see here, the purple, the black, this is all synthetic material, synthetic leather, synthetic nubuck. Maybe the vector, the gray vector is genuine nubuck, just based on some of the grain I'm seeing, and this is probably the only element here that is genuine. You'll see it on the tag. It's specified there's some leather, but yeah, I think this is probably the only thing here. Orange pumps. Now some of you will be like, oh, it's not like the old days. Well, it's never going to be like the old days, guys. So don't keep your hopes up. Take it whatever it is, and let's listen to the pump here. Yes, pumps and releases some air. It's not going to be like it was before. Much smaller. Back in the day, the midfoot section of this ton was extending all the way down to where the midsole is. Now it's a lot slimmer. Basically, it's a ton. It's cut to the extent that doesn't even represent what it used to be. But you know, these are the things that we're kind of used to these days. You know, more and more corners are being cut. More and more things are trying to be modified to fit the budget. So this is what's happening in today's day and age, not only with Reebok but tons of other brands. White laces here, good contrast. Reebok stitching on the lateral side where the vector is, and I absolutely love the combination here between this kind of teal, dark blue, purple, black, gum. You know, from a distance and the first look, it's kind of all over the place, but kind of fits the profile of the shoe from the 90s with all the colors, and obviously the inspiration of the D-Time is prominent here. The insole is nothing to write home about. Super simple, just the message on top is the best. You got the love. This is how the commercial was ending back in the day. And those of you that are asking what kind of commercials, well, just go ahead on YouTube and search Above the Rim commercial 1992, 1993. You'll see all the players there: Rodman, D. Brown, other legendary players that are involved because they were all under the contract of Reebok. And yeah, I think if Reebok continues to bring the vertical, and hopefully they can bring the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth generation of the vertical over time, I'm going to absolutely love it. This is one of the greatest models of all time, and it was a huge step up in the tech way when it comes to the footwear. The models prior to this one were a little bit more simple, a little bit more muted. Here we're seeing a ton of design cues that later were kind of borrowed and replicated by many other companies, but this is kind of the epiphany of designs. Honestly, if you had these on feet when you were in high school, or my days back in the early 90s in high school, you were a big baller. You were somebody with a lot of money, and everybody wanted that shoe off your feet. Some people actually lost it forcefully, but those were the days that I live in. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. You're gonna see them on feet. On feet, they're super comfortable. They're just like any other of the verticals that I've seen, and I'm still struggling to find the white and gray pair. Hopefully I can find them on a reasonable price so I can jump on it as well. Honestly, any colorway of this shoe is a must. It's a great addition to the collection. It's a great addition for your feet, and comes winter time, these gonna be rocked, no problem whatsoever. I love everything about them, and I love this era of sneakers. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the other videos coming very soon. I have a couple other Reebok models that I'm going to show you. Some exciting, some a little disappointing. But yeah, of course, as always, we're going to pick it through. We're going to show how things are. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.